What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Antonio Brown, NFL player for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, won a championship last year. He was out of the league for a little while, but he finally was able to get back in. And unfortunately, he's known now more for what he does off the field than what he does on the field, because apparently he's gotten himself into another situation with his fiance and mother of his children. Not all of them, but some of them. Were Chelsea, right? Chelsea has been with this guy off and on for a long time, man. And it never ceases to amaze me how no matter how many women he leaves her for, she's right there to get back with him. No matter how much back and forth they go through, she's right there to get back with him. Right back to get right there to get back with him. Now, in this new situation, apparently Antonio Brown was spotted on vacation, and apparently the detectives figured out that he was on vacation with an Instagram model by the name of Sydney Morrow. And she has over 1 million followers. You know, she's a Caucasian Instagram model. You know what's funny? Antonio Brown talked about, you know, no more white women 2020. 2021, got a white woman, you know? But this ain't the only one, because they reposted this on Wags Unfiltered Instagram page. And Chelsea saw a comment from a female that Antonio Brown kicked it with, apparently, before this one. And she went in on this female because the female commented on the post where they reposted what Chelsea said when somebody asked her about her holding down their favorite football player, which means Antonio Brown. She said, "I did my best." And then the female said comedy. And that's when Chelsea decided to go in on her by saying, "What's comedy is you. You slept with so many clowns. When you spread your legs, cotton candy and balloons come out. Sad thing is, you know this man had a family. You show up on demand, sucking something on a gym floor in a back room for free. Trust, I got multiple videos to prove it. So next time you want to think stuff's funny, you better check your own stuff, because there ain't nothing funnier than that. One thing about me, when I left with something. My life will forever be great. You, B, still got to continue to slurp something. Free Dizzy. It hopes someone wants you." You know, this could go for a lot of different women. I think this rant from Chelsea could go for a lot of different women. But the problem is, Chelsea, is that you stay with Antonio Brown. No matter how many times he kicks you to the curb and embarrasses you, he goes public with all these different women. He kicks you out. He says no more white women 2020. Then he gets with a white woman. I mean, he does nothing but embarrass you. He kicks Chelsea. He kicks Chelsea to the curb when he feels like it. That's why when they say black men don't cheat, you gotta look at it. That might be the case, because he usually will break up with Chelsea when he wants to deal with other women. When he's tired of dealing with Chelsea, he goes and breaks up with her, kicks her out the house, and deals with other women. But it's clear to me that women like this Caroline chick, who was an ex-side chick from the past, it's clear that, you know, women like her's life is being devoted to being a side piece, unfortunately. And a lot of modern women have become that. Their life has become a meme. I mean, all they are doing now is being the side chick to married men and men in relationships, especially if those men have money and resources. And these women use their bodies in order to get near them, but they don't get anything in return. And the fact that this chick wanted to hate on the one woman that he will never leave, like, he'll always go back to Chelsea when he's done playing around, like selling dreams to these women, making it seem like he's gonna leave Chelsea. Chelsea knows he's gonna come back, and she always goes back with him, because it almost seems like Chelsea not realize, but it just seems to me that she doesn't believe she has any other options. It's like she doesn't feel like she has any options anymore, because she has those kids by him. But the thing is that she too has the mentality of wanting to be the girlfriend or wife of an athlete. And he did propose to her, but that was because he wants to control her. And women got to understand, man, when these guys propose marriage to you, he may not ever marry you, but it's a way to keep you in control and keep you in line so you don't leave. He knew that he'd have to do something to get her back, because the way he kicked her out the house, that was crazy. The amount of embarrassment that she went through, and he knew he had to do something to bring her back, and that's why he proposed marriage. But he may never marry her. Antonio Brown may not ever marry her, but because women like the thought of getting married, they are willing to deal with these guys, because again, I don't think she's confident enough that she can go out here and get another Antonio Brown, because she won't, and she knows this. She knows this. Now, in regards to all these other women, listen, man, Antonio is not he's not going to just be one woman. Antonio's going to spread his wings. I know I said earlier that, black men don't cheat. That, listen, I'm not saying that he doesn't cheat, but what I'm saying is, when he wants to get into another relationship, he's not going to be in a relationship with two people. You may have side chicks, but he's not going to be in a relationship with two people. He's not going to be lying to this one and lying to that one. He's going to kick one of them to the curb and make the other his girlfriend, at least for a little while. Then he'll get bored and he'll go back to Chelsea. He's never going to leave Chelsea. He may not never marry her, but I don't think that he's going to leave her. I think he's going to stick it out with Kelsey, because Kelsey puts up with him. And I don't know how much they break up. They must break up quietly a lot, because it's almost like she's so used to it. But these women put themselves in a situation where they want to be in these struggle relationships. You're with a guy who has money and resources, and your relationship is still a struggle. Chelsea is a struggle because you have no self-esteem. And that's why you stick around and you put up with Antonio Brown kicking you to the curb whenever he feels like, publicly recording himself kicking you out the house, embarrassing you. And you put up with that and you go right back to him. Now, I know that relationships go through problems, but the amount of embarrassment that she's going through just for the sake of being with the football player just shows you where their mentality is. Do you really think she would put up with this if this guy wasn't an NFL player? It don't matter if she got kids with him or not. There are women that have a whole bunch of kids by certain guys, and they will still leave that guy. But because Antonio Brown is a football player, she's willing to put up with all that until he's done dealing with her, until he kicks her to the curb for the final time. Because that's probably what's going to happen. He's going to get tired of being a family man. He's going to get tired of dealing with Chelsea, and he's going to kick her to the curb for good. So she can talk about these women and what they're not getting out of a relationship. What are you getting out of a relationship? You're dealing with a guy that doesn't respect you. You're dealing with a guy that, whenever he's tired of dealing with you, he goes and deal with other women because he doesn't feel like you're worth it. And unfortunately, there's a lot of women who their mindset is like this. You have these young girls that think it's okay to be side chicks just because the guy's a rapper, just because the guy's an NBA player, NFL player, baseball player. They think that it's normal to be a side chick. They think that's normal now. They think it's normal to be for the streets. They think that's normal. They think it's funny. What's going to be funny when you are old and alone and nobody wants to deal with you? None of your exes are calling you anymore. They don't want to deal with you either. They're done with you. What are you going to do then? You got to ask yourself that question. Or are they asking themselves that question? I think a lot of these women put themselves in situations to lose. And then they look to blame everybody else for why they are losing. No, you're losing because you don't know how to win. You put yourself in a losing situation. And no, you cannot blame us for that. That's a you problem. You put yourself in that situation. Point blank, period. But again, it's easy to blame men for that. It's easy to blame men for why relationships don't work. A lot of you females, y'all really believe that you are going to be able to tame these guys. I'm here to tell you, you're not going to be able to tame these guys. You're not. You may think that you can tame them, but you can't tame them. Antonio Brown is not going to allow you to tame him. Antonio Brown is going to do whatever it is he wants to do. And he does not care how you feel about it, because he knows that you're going to take him back. He knows that you're that dumb to take him back after all the embarrassment and humiliation he puts you through, because he knows you have low self-esteem and you don't think you can do any better for yourself. Which, again, if she chooses to put up with that, I can't say anything. That's her choice. Her choice is to put up with embarrassment and humiliation. That's on her. That's on her. I can't say anything about that. That's the life she chose. So therefore, she has to deal with whatever comes with it.